this person that's been commissioned to do the project is starting to kind of show how he really feels about it. Like, he doesn't really want to do it whatsoever. He doesn't want to have any part of it whatsoever. And he's using every excuse in the book, in the eyes of some, to not do it. And the way I look at it is like this, folks. If you've been commissioned to do something, and you've been paid very nicely through not just the pocket of the person that's commissioning you, but with the help of people that support that individual, that want to see it done, then you have an obligation to get that project done, no matter how strange or how weird it might be. No matter what. You have an obligation. Basically, you've been paid to do something, you need to do it. And if you don't want to do it, if you don't feel like doing it, or you just feel uncomfortable with doing it, then maybe you should refund that person his money so they can refund the people their money that's helped support him. And then that way you can move on and do whatever you feel you're more comfortable with, and the person that originally commissioned you can move on and find somebody else. Because like I said, if you're not really into something, and you're going to keep making up excuse and excuse and excuse, legitimately or not, and like I said, the passing of a loved one or a friend, that's nothing to make an excuse of or lie about, but, that's something you need to take serious. But if you're going to keep making excuses after or even before that as to why you're not doing this, and say, oh, well, I got this project coming up, and all of a sudden you say, well, I got this project I've been paid to do all of a sudden, so I got to do that now, and this and that. You need to come out and be honest with the person that's commissioned you. You need to tell them, look, I just don't feel comfortable doing this. I feel it's too weird. I feel it's too strange. I just don't feel really comfortable going in with this project. Here's your money back. I'm sorry I stalled. I'm sorry I took the time, but just be honest about it. Just tell the person, look, I understand you're a fan of this and all that, but I'm just not really into it. The models, the people that I've got involved for this project to help visually make it a reality, they're not comfortable with it. Here's your money back, and I'm sorry I wasted your time. And that's all you have to do. Because if you don't do that, then you're pretty much ripping off that person and the people that support that person. You're ripping off all their money and not giving anything in return. You're basically stealing from them. You're not giving them anything in return. It's like at my job. It's like at my job. If somebody was to say, oh, it was to come up to me as a cashier and I'm supposed to check them out, and I just haphazardly start to put the stuff down like this, go, okay, I'm not giving them the customer service they're coming in and expecting. I'm not giving them the kind, friendly customer service I've been trained to do. I'm not being careful with the items. I'm not taking my time to go and help them out. I'm just being haphazardous about it. I'm not giving a crap, right? And do you think the people are going to want to return to the store if me and my fellow associates were like that? Of course they wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't want to come back. They'd feel gypped. They'd feel cheated. And that's how people who commission other people to do certain things feel if that person doesn't give anything back in return. So to me, if I'm this person that's been commissioned to do this project, and I'm still not there with finishing it, or even doing certain things that need to be done, then maybe I should reconsider what I'm doing. Maybe maybe I should reconsider what I'm doing and refund the person that's commissioned me to do this project their money, as well as the people that probably lent them or sent them money to get this project done, refund them all the money, apologize for wasting the time, and move on. That's what that's what the person that's been commissioned to do this project should do. Don't waste the time of people if you're not going to follow through on your end of the deal. I mean, I commission people sometimes to do things for me, like the one person, Great Athenia, over at DeviantArt. I commission her to do certain stories. I go out and I explain to her about what the story is going to be, and she does it. I pay her. She does the story, end of story, and she even gives me a rough draft before she puts it up. And there you go, end of story. She lives up to her end of the deal. I remember a few years before, I commissioned what's her name, Becky the Hedgehog, to do a certain story that was a little out of her realm, but she did it anyway. She did a little mini comic that I had commissioned her for, and she did it anyway. She followed through on her end of the deal, even though it might seem a little uncomfortable or a little uneasy for her to do. The point is, it shouldn't matter how uncomfortable certain things are. It shouldn't matter how strange certain things are. If you're being paid to do something, and you're saying, okay, and you take the money and you're basically saying, okay, I'll do it, and you're not doing anything in return, then either you're not really into it, or you're just a con artist, or you're just so uncomfortable with it that you don't know what to do. And here's my thing again. If you're not really into it and you're uncomfortable with it, you should refund the person the money and say, I apologize, I just don't feel good about it, I just feel uneasy about it, blah, blah, blah. Maybe the models or the people you got involved feel the same way. But the point is, if you're going to take so long to do a project or something that you've been commissioned to do, even if it's a videography, if you will, a film, a little mini movie based on a story involving absorption, merge, and fusion, if you're uncomfortable with it, then let that person that's commissioned you to do it know, refund the money, and let them move on so you can move on. And that's the way I look at it. I think when you commission something, when you're commissioned to do something, you either have two things. You either live up to your end of the bargain, you either live up to your end of the bargain, or you tell the person flat out you're not really comfortable with it, here's the money back, and just move on. That's all you should do. And that's just my opinion on it, folks. You let me know what you think down below. Comment if you like. I'll talk to y'all later.